So you apply for a mortgage, and 5 minutes later, you get 100 phone calls. Who sold your information? This has been really frustrating for many, many years for buyers and also for realtors. Let's talk about why it was happening and some really positive changes. So when a buyer or a client applies for a mortgage and a hard credit pull is completed, what happens is the bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, they sell that information to other lenders. And that's what's called a trigger lead. There are mortgage companies, a lot of them are online, where all they do is sit around and buy these trigger leads. And so they will do a speed to lead kind of thing where they want to be one of the first ones to call to try to also get your business, so you'll get inundated with these phone calls right after your credit is pulled. You can see this happen sometimes with car dealerships too. But I've had a ton of clients that then come back to me and go, why did you sell my information? Why did I get these calls? Why would you give them my information? So I, as a lender, need your business to survive. Why would I sell your information to my competitors? That wouldn't make any sense. It's definitely not your lender selling it. We don't want other lenders calling you. That doesn't help anybody. It is specifically the credit bureaus that have been selling it traditionally. Like I said, this frustrates many clients. It frustrates realtors because they're also getting those calls from the clients of, wait, I don't understand. Why is everyone selling my information? No one warned me about this. But thankfully, we have some good news. So there was a regulation called the Homeowners Privacy Protection Act that many, many, many lawmakers have been trying to pass for years, and it was finally enacted. What this will do specifically is help reduce trigger leads. It can't stop it altogether, but it will reduce trigger leads. And what that does is it's saying these companies cannot buy and call leads just because someone's credit was pulled unless that person is already a customer of theirs. So a good example is you're looking to refinance, I pull your credit. Now your current servicer can continue to get an alert that your credit was pulled and try to call you to also see if they can bring you back over. However, you shouldn't be getting 100 phone calls from all of these outside creditors and lenders because they won't be able to purchase those leads. It will get a little murky. A good example is Rocket Mortgage. So with Rocket Mortgage, they are affiliated now with Redfin. So we will have to see if they get to try to pull the card of, well, you've registered with Redfin, you've been looking at homes, you are a consumer for Redfin, which means you could also be considered a consumer for Rocket. I'm hoping that will not happen, but we never know. There will always be loopholes to everything. But the good news is for buyers, you should see a big reduction in those calls, in the massive amount of creditors calling you. And for realtors, it's good news because we know this can be a trust issue for you guys and your clients of, why didn't you warn me of this? Why didn't you tell me? So hopefully we'll get some good news. Also, as a consumer, you can still continue to opt out. You can go to the optoutscreen.com and put yourself on what we typically call the do not call list, although the issue with the do not call list is it's specifically about calling, not texting. So you can still get 1,000,001 text messages, unfortunately. But very good news, hopefully some relief of that. If you have any questions, let me know.